Hey everybody, welcome to the Frostgrave Model Report. I'm back today with some more solo gaming. Today we're taking a look at the Perilous Dark, a campaign supplement for Frostgrave, which takes you basically into cooperative and solo play modes, also some dungeon adventuring, and you got a whole bunch of linked missions that you're going to get to go through and watch me play. And to do so, I've actually built a brand new warband using nothing but the cool official Frostgrave North Star plastics. And yeah, basically a brand new adventure for the brand new wizard. This is going to be my second edition Frostgrave wizard going forward. His name is Paxton Darke, and his apprentice's name is Killian. And they've got a hardy group of adventurers. And what I want to do, because I have so many Frostgrave plastics and I love building and painting them, is we're going to play this on permadeath mode. So if somebody dies, I can't reuse that miniature and I have to build and paint another one. I've painted one additional miniature in case I get enough gold I can recruit between my first and second games today. I'm going to play 2 games today, which you'll see 2 weeks apart, but which will explain why I'm wearing the same shirt in those 2 games. And I'll also go through in this first one and throw down and basically show you the modifications to Frostgrave that allow you to play it single player. It's not complicated. You basically build a warband as normal, and there's a few rules that slightly change to represent the fact that monsters of different tiers act a little bit faster, and then to kind of speed the gameplay up. So show you the table, show you my warband, we'll show you Paxton Darke and Killian and their friends that they've taken on this adventure, and we'll get this underway. So here we have my warband going into the Perilous Dark. We have Paxton Darke right there himself. And he is a necromancer. You might have been able to tell from the spooky hood and dark robes. And he's a level 0 necromancer, so he's just starting out. And he has 3 spells from Necromancy School. Raise Zombie, Bone Dart, and Steal Health. And then he has to take 3 from or 1 each from his Aligned schools. So he's got Possess from the Summoner School, so he can rile something up with a demon. Brew Potion from the Witch School. And Fleet Feet from the Chronomancer School for +2 movement. Then from the mix of other spells he can choose from, he chose 1 from his unaligned or neutral houses, which is Combat Awareness from the Soothsayer School, which gives somebody +2 fight. Not easy for him to cast. It's going to be, I think, a 14 for him to do, which is not the world's easiest. But then he has Heal from Thaumaturgy, which is actually going to be his second hardest, which is 14 as well. So it's 16 for him to cast Combat Awareness. It's going to be 14 for him to cast Thaumaturgy. So like not easy, but such is life. And he's just got a hand weapon. I made him from the wonderful Wizards box, which makes a ton of wizards. And gave him some like glowy powers there. And then because he has the Raise Zombie spell, this is Jeeves, his friendly like neighborhood zombie. You can see here, so he's got like the same glowy eyes as the skull he's holding does. There's a little remote control for Jeeves. And they'll be able to go do some business. And then Killian, of course, the apprentice. And he's there just, you know, learning the ropes of necromancy, finding some spare body parts and making stuff out of them. I'm not saying these guys are bad. They just study the dead a lot. And then our warband, our starting warband. So we've hired a apprentice, which is going to be 200 of my 500 gold. And in single player missions, you don't start any different than a normal game. They do make some recommendations that you don't take any sort of strange spells that would like affect your opponent, and just consider your spell list. So you want spells that mostly affect your warband and don't affect like enemy spellcasters and stuff. So here's our group of you know, hired ne'er-do-wells. We have Dord the Barbarian there in the front, and his brother Felger, who is a treasure hunter. Both of these have been made from a mix of the Barbarian frames and the Cultist frames. So I love both of those kits, and it was just a cool way to make some wicked looking barbarians and sort of like tribal treasure hunter. So he's got his 2 hand weapons there. And I'm using the new treasure hunter rule, so he's only fight +3. He doesn't get the extra hand weapon bonus because that's gone from the new edition. And then we have Smit, the infantryman. He's just a man at arms looking for work. Maybe partially employed by a knight from a fallen house. We have Droz the archer over here with his bow and dagger and leathers, and then we have Kier, who's the thief. And so with 5 warband members, we're starting at around 7 people, but we can always raise a zombie at a game to increase our ranks, going into our first mission. Talk about how the changes to the game work, and there's really just a couple. This book has been designed to ease you into solo play, so if you play the missions in order, they will increase in difficulty as you go, which is a good way to sort of like, if you're gonna start playing, then just following these should give you a pretty good experience. The gameplay is broken up a little bit, so first you have your wizard phase like normal, and you roll for initiative if you're playing cooperatively. Then a creature phase 1, which is any creatures that have fight +5 or health 20. So what this does, it makes boss level creatures and big creatures a bit more dangerous. and they interrupt the player turn. Then your apprentice phase, then there's a second creature phase, which is all the creatures, and then the soldiers go dead last. So worth noting, creatures do not go last in solo play, and this is a bit closer to Rangers of Shadowdeep, in that your soldiers will be going after everybody else, and you're going to have to consider that when you start your movement, you do your group activations and stuff. So I really like that. I like that boss creatures get to go before even your apprentice gets to go. And then the basic summary for everything else is that if you're playing solo, you just do your warbanding building as normal, but if you're doing it cooperatively, you get 200 to higher, and you can have no more than 4 soldiers just to reduce the body count. Treasure tokens, so you get to place 2, you place 3 if it's cooperative. Treasure acquisition as normal, and then you have to agree on division. And then experience points is normal, and then in cooperative, both players get the full amount. And then creatures, new turn sequence, and spells, limited duration rule for anything like circle protection, invisibility, and monsters form on wall. So on a end of turn, they end on 11+, because they're a bit more powerful in solo play, because you can like divert creatures and stuff. And the last bit is about treasures. In the normal Frostgrave, treasures are designed to have some friction by slowing you down and encumbering you. In solo play, there is no restriction for that. Your treasures are considered to be light, and they won't reduce your fight and make you easier to damage or slow you down. The idea behind having them do so, of course, is when you're playing opposed with another wizard, it keeps them on the table a bit longer and gives the opponent player a chance to catch up. There will always be unlimited monsters and unlimited game duration. It goes until your end state as described in the mission. So an example of the monster spawning, every mission in this book's gonna have a monster spawning table. Using the one in Frostgrave tends to have the monsters be more pests. They're either pests or they're like murderously big, and so you have to like consider that you want it to be a bit more balanced. And so the monster spawning in this is a bit more directed and usually themed as well. So for the example here is like an undead scenario. You'd have a d20 roll at the end of every turn, and instead of having it just when you pick up treasure, you'd have to roll to see who comes on. And that puts tension on the players and means that they need to keep moving across the table, and they can't just stop and loiter and declare victory at some point during the game. One, the Writhing Fumes. One of the soldiers you've recently hired, let's say it's Dord, tells you about a previous trip she made into the Frozen City. Her band was returning from a bloody yet successful expedition when they passed by a large broken doorway. The wizard she was with said that the doorway was to a famous weapon shop. They were about to explore when a pair of large constructs attacked. Here they are over here, 2 ballista 2s. Not wanting to risk the gains they'd already made, they decided to run and come back later. Of course, a short time after that, a snow troll killed that wizard and the band fell apart. The soldier is sure she can lead you back to the weapon shop, and she remembers clearly because it used to be on the other side of a large alchemical refinery. And that's what we can see here on the table. So it's a 2.5 by 2.5 foot table, a 30-inch table, and there are 5 spawn points, these alchemical sort of like vents put up here, and next to each one is a vapor snake. And of course, as I read through scenarios, Joe always makes me slap my head and go, I need a what? I need how many whats? I didn't really know what to do about vapor snakes. They're snakes that are made out of smoke, and I sat there thinking, well, I could sculpt them, I could make them out of putty. I don't have a lot of snake miniatures. I mean, I have a few, but not like a bunch. And I was just like, wait, they're smoke snakes. Snakes are on the ground, and they're made out of smoke. I'm just gonna get a bunch of 25 mil MDF discs and just paint them. So if you're wondering, these are literally all just, I matte painted all this. I did this like it's like a 1970s sci-fi movie, and I needed a bunch of extras. I just painted them in instead. So my large vapor snakes you can see here, they are all in red, and then the small ones are all in green. A variety of them can spawn throughout the game, but there's going to be 5 of them placed across the table, and we will number our spawn points clockwise. 1, 2, 3. So actually 1, 2, 3, 4, and then into the middle for 5. Make the central one 5. And for reinforcement purposes, it'll tell us what spawn point stuff comes out of. Pretty scary, to be honest with you. The small ones are even move 6, fight 1, armor 11 with 10 health. You can only do 1 attack with shooting, or 1 damage with shooting them, no matter what you do, because they're made out of smoke. They're flammable, though. They take tons of damage from being hit by fire, and it does fire, and they're immune to mind control, because they're basically just smoke that's scary. The large ones, which are all of these, are all fight +3, armor 12 with 12 wounds, and again, maximum of 1 point of damage from shooting, flammable, and they're immune to mind control. The Ballista 2s, I easily was able to find some miniatures to kind of represent, and these are popular constructs produced by the infamous Cregan Armor Works. It's a combination of durability and hitting power. So unfortunately, it does have a limited supply of ammunition, which means that it might run out over the course of the game. So all of its bow attacks do +2 damage, and any creature hit by them is knocked back 2 inches directly away. Creatures with a large shot are immune to the knockback, and if they ever roll a 1 when making a shooting attack, though, they run out of ammo. Now they're move 4 large. They have bows, heavy arrows, +2 damage and pushback, and limited ammo. Fight +3, shoot +2, armor 13, +4 will, and I have 14 hit points. 2 treasures set up next to these 2 spawn points. And the doorway, which I'm trying to get through at the back here. So to exit the doorway, and it's jammed in place, we have to make a fight roll. It's target number 14, but we get +2 this roll for every other Warband member adjacent to the doorway, so we get support bonus against it. If it's failed, it's still locked, but if we pass, we basically break it down. On the first 2 turns, the Vapor Snakes follow all the normal rules for uncontrolled creatures, but starting on turn 3, if a Vapor Snake is called upon to make a random move, they always move towards the doorway. The Ballistic 2 constructs will never make a random move. If there's no figures in line of sight, they'll move, and they're within 6 of the doorway, they'll take no actions. Otherwise, if they're called to make a random move, they'll make 1 move towards the doorway. Warband members do not suffer a movement penalty for carrying treasure tokens in this scenario. Treasure tokens can only be secured by carrying them through the doorway. Do not roll for random encounters when picking up treasure. At the end of every turn, we roll in the Writhing Fumes table, and more snakes can come on. And then, if you're going to modify it for playing cooperatively, place an additional treasure token and small vapor snake. So we get 10 experience for opening the doorway, 15 for each Ballista 2 construct destroyed, 20 experience points for each treasure token secured, and 20 experience points for each Warband member that exits through the doorway. And all deploys within 4 inches of this table edge. And I gotta make some out-of-game rolls first. Let's see if we get a zombie. 8 or better, and fails with a 1, but no damage because out of game. And then a 10 or better for Killian to do it. He does. So we start off with Jeeves. Under control of Killian, showing the boss how it's done. The Warband is deployed in this corner, ready to go and try and get through this door at the other side. In a wizard phase, he can group activate with up to 2 other models. So he's going to try and group activate, I think, with Dord and with the Man-at-Arms. Yeah, Dord and Smit, they're going to go together. So we'll have Paxton take a walk. He's going to walk up 6 to here. Dord is going to walk 6 as well and stand next to him. And then the infantryman, Smit, also walks 6. He's going to go 3 and 3 and stand in behind. Skills. We have to start with, I think, spellcasting. And what do we want to do with you? Now, my Bone Dart counts as shooting, so it's only going to do 1 damage, which isn't great. We could steal health, but there's not a lot of point in doing it. So I think what we're going to try... Oh, I forgot to brew potion outside of the game. On a 14, let's try and brew a healing potion. Hey, we did! And then I can try and brew a healing potion with Killian as well on a 16. We did not. I think we're going to try and cast Fleet Feet on a 12, or we could cast Possess on a 14. Let's cast Fleet Feet. We're going to cast it, I think, on ourselves. Let's cast it on ourselves. So Fleet Feet, and we're going to need a 12 to do so. Nope, we fail, and we fail by 9, which is 2 points of damage. So we're going to have Smit walk up, and Dord just close the ranks. So when that snake comes towards us, we can all snap in. There are no creatures of Fight 5 or 20 health on the table, which means that we get to just go again. And we're going to have, I guess, we should group activate. We're going to group activate with Dord's brother Felger and with the thief. Actually, no, with Jeeves, the zombie. Jeeves is going to walk first. He goes 4 inches with his first move. Brains. And then we're going to go 6 up to here with the apprentice Killian. And then finally Felger. He's going to walk his 7 because he's a treasure hunter. And he'll head sideways slightly, and it goes, it's about 5 to the edge there, and that's 1 inch up, but it's 2 inches to climb it, so he'll end up there. In skill, he can move 3.5, so he'll just walk along the edge on the flat. Jeeves the zombie will move 2 more inches and just snuggle up behind Smit. And then we'll cast a spell, and we might as well try and steal health. Yeah, help the boss, but we could try and heal the boss on an 18. Oh my god, actually on a 16. Do you want to try? Might as well try. Let's try and heal the boss on a 16. Come on, Killian, you can do it. No. He fails by 8 and takes 1 damage. Alright, well now it's the creature phase. And we start with the creature closest to Warband member. So that's going to be the snake. And it's going to take a first move, going 6. And beeline right for the boss. Both these fighters will snap in. Attack Smit because Smit has the lowest health 10. So fight +3 for Smit with his double-handed weapon, but +4 from the 2 friends in contact, and that makes him a grand total of fight 7. The Vapor Snake is fight +1. That's That's a 1, I think. No, that's a 20. Never mind. So I got a 20-21. Luckily with +7, that's a 22. And there's no critical hits for monsters anymore. So 22 versus armor 10 is enough damage to kill that large snake. But it's 13 points of damage, 11 points of, sorry, 22 minus 11 is 11, +2 for the double-handed weapon. So 13 points of damage, only got 10 health. Line of sight, so it's going to move it 6 towards the closest person it can see, which will be Dord. And up there. And then 3 more to there, and Dord will snap in, because why not? Take the free movement. Has line of sight, so it's going to move it 6, heading straight ahead, and then it's going to slow down a little as it's going to hit this rubble and head towards Smit, and that means its 3 is going to become 1.5, and it'll end up here. So you can also see Dord, so it's going to go 3 to the edge, and then 1.5 through the Merc, and then move again 1.5. That second move is going, actually, yeah, no, it's water. It would slow it down. Last one, heading up 6, because you can see, to here. And then climbing over the rubble and stuff, going 1.5, coming out of its little vapory home. As you can see, so not moving away, but taking some shots if they're within 24, which they should be. So the first one's going to have to shoot into combat with Dord, and it'll randomize. 1 to 10, it's going to hit the snake, and then Dord on a 11+ hits the snake. Or shoots the snake, rather. 1 piece of terrain in the way, which means that it's going to be shoot +4, sorry, versus fight +2 for the snake because of the terrain in the way. So with a +2, that's a 16. It only does 1 point of damage, though. That Vapor Snake doesn't care about shooting. You're also going to shoot at Dord with a piece of terrain in the way, so same thing. Does it randomize into combat? 1 to 10, it's the snake. No, it's Dord this time. So he's fight +4, and then he's going to have the snake and the terrain in the way for +2, so +6 to +2 for that Ballista. So the Ballista gets a 18, and he's going to get a 23, which means he gets out of the way. Remaining moves, we're going to start off with my Archer. And he's, well, Droz is pretty sure he's going to have to fire his bow and arrow at those Ballistas at some point. So he's going to go for the high ground and head it over here. So he's going to go 6 to here. And then he'll take a second move. And, you know what? We're actually going to go over this way, I think. We'll go 6 to here, yeah, get to the edge. And then 1.5 just to get up on top of the ledge. And then Kier's very into stealing and treasure. So he's going to go this way. And then 3.5 and just loop around by himself, I think. Let these guys deal with the snakes. 1. So, top of turn 2, before that, we roll for reinforcements to see what kind of baddies show up. What kind of baddies show up? A 6. Vapor snakes show up on spawn point 1. And spawn point 1's way back here. So 2 little vapor snakes come hissing out of the pipes. Phase, and I think we're going to activate with Dord and Jeeves. That sounds like the best bet. So Dord and Jeeves are going to group activate with the wizard. And he's going to start moving on up, I think. So he'll take a move, and he'll go 6, so 3 and then 3, into the center of everything. Dord's just going to hang out, and then Jeeves is going to walk 4 to go hang out with Dord. Not group activate with Dord, let's just group activate with Smit, and Smit's going to go in as well. And so it's Smit, Jeeves, and Paxton activating. And so second skills, first things first, Smit's going to attack, and he'll be at +7 versus +1 for that large vapor snake. So Smit gets a, oh my god, it's a 20 again, so 21 to 20. Oh no! Smit, you're not feeling good from that. Your armor 11, you've only got 10 health, which means you are down. Yes, we could fight with, yeah, I guess we have to. Let's just fight with Jeeves. Jeeves is fight +0, but he's +2 for his friend. Get him, Jeeves. Well, there we go. Jeeves critically hits, and yeah, explodes that snake because he's fight +3. Or +2 because of the friend. Conceive of what happened there, but it was an interesting fight. And then I guess we're going to go with Paxton, and he's going to try and steal health from one of these snakes. Probably this one. A 10 for him, and let's see if we can do it. Versus the casting roll. And the snakes are actually pretty good. Their will is not terrible because they're mindless. I think they're +4. No, never mind, +0. So this will be the will roll. This is my casting roll. That's a 15 to a 1. That's going to fail. He'll take 3 damage, and I'll heal 3 damage. So I'm going to go up to full, and he'll go to 7. Fight +5. We can group activate right now with Dord, which is kind of what we wanted to do. So we're just going to do much the same thing. And Dord's going to walk forward 6. He's going to come out and then end within 1 over here. So the snake snaps to him, goes piss, and jumps over the water. Walk up with Killian, and he'll walk to here. Stand next to the boss. Steal some health from the snake over here again. See if we can heal up. So with Killian, we need a 8. Goes to 10 because he's an apprentice. Sorry, a 10 goes to 12 because he's an apprentice. We actually needed a 10 with him before. And it's an opposed will check, so let's see what we got. That's not going to do it. We could cut, though. Actually, it makes sense to cut for 3 and then just gain 3 and cause 3. So, like, we don't actually end up with any health because we cut down to 3 but then gain 3 afterwards. And he's going to go down to 4 left. It's the snake. Fight plus 4 against fight plus 1. Well, Dord gets an 11 to an 11, so both sides take damage, which means Dord's going to take 1 because he's only wearing no armor, and go down to 13. And the snake will take plus 2, so that's going to be 2 damage and go to 8. Here come the snakes. That didn't work out quite how I wanted, but the first thing that's closest, I think, is this one. It's going to go fight the boss, and we'll snap in with Killian. Now, unfortunately, that means it's going to attack Killian. Do I really want to do that? No, there's no point. Just have him fight the boss. 2 against fight plus 1. Come on, boss. So we had a 9 to a 10. No damage. I'm after Dord. And no gang up bonus for monsters, so it's fight plus 4 against fight plus 1. We got a 13 to a 13. Both sides take damage. And that's going to be 3 damage on Dord. He'll be down to 10. But then his double-handed weapon with a 13 is going to do 5 damage to this guy. He'll have 5 left. 6 left, because that would be plus 2. He's armor 11. Makes lots of line of sight. And so they're going to go up 6, and then, like, to the edge, basically. And start clambering over all this difficult terrain. Dudes, shooting at the nearest thing they can see. So this one's going to have to shoot through 1, 2 pieces, well, 2 things, but it'll have to randomize. So we'll do 1 to 7, and then 15 plus. So 1 to 7. 8 to 14, 15 plus is Dord. So it's going to be this snake right here, and it'll be no terrain in the way this time, so just plus 1 against plus 2. So misses. Then this one over here is going to probably shoot into the boss, so randomizing. Randomizing is going to be, we've been doing high, so it'll be low, it'll be on the snake. Can only do 1 damage though. Plus 2, 20, critical hit, doesn't change anything though. It's just going to do 2. Or 1 rather, take it down to 3. But we're stuck in melee, it's just going to push it up against me. Well, remaining Warband members, gonna have to start to move. So let's go with good old Felger, and he's going to go his 7, just hitting some difficult terrain around here. So 6, let's say that's 3, and then this would have been 3 more, so he gets to go half of 4, which is 2 inches, so it's up there. And then second move, still in difficult terrain, let's say, because he's going down the slope. He's got 3.5 to move, so he'll get to move 1.5 plus a quarter, so 1 3/4, almost 2 inches, just hops off the edge. All right, Droz, the archer, he's going to move 3 and then 3, just to be able to gain line of fire to one of these 2 ballista 2s, and then he'll shoot that one in the open against fight plus 4 because I moved, and nothing. The Felger, sorry, not Felger, Cure the Thief. He'll go his 7, so just wrapping around here. And then 3.5 towards the treasure, as he has been hired to do. 3. Let's see what we can see here. So the snakes get reinforced, and 18. Oh no! Small come right out of here. Oh no! And third phase. I guess we group activate with, I guess, just my zombie, just Jeeves. What is she? I mean, we could just go with the apprentice. No, because then we missed the group activating from the apprentice. We could activate with Droz too, and Jeeves, and send in friends. Yeah, let's go with Jeeves. And he's gonna take a walk. Where does he want to take a walk to? Who's gonna go help out? I really want to help with the boss, but the problem is this guy's gonna snap to me if I do. We just won't go with Jeeves. It's fine. We're just gonna go by ourselves. And with Dord. So attacking, and we're group activate. You know what? No, we're not even gonna group activate. We're just gonna go separately. We're just gonna go by ourselves. We're gonna fight this snake. +2 against +1. We have to do 3 damage to kill it. Ugh. Well, we win the fight, which means at least we can drive it back now. So we'll push it back to here, outside an inch. And now we get to move, which is nice. But if we walk in between these idiots, we're gonna get eaten. So we're gonna stand back. And hope that the apprentice kills. Fund me! Alright, Killian. Well, you need to steal some health and try and kill this snake. It's only got 3 left. So you're casting on a 12, and if you get this, you're going to get your health back and kill the snake. Heck yeah, we do! So it's a 13. Its opposed will check fails because it only rolls a 4, and the last 3 health goes away, and he eats that snake and heals back to full. Not a point in Dord going there because we're just going to get jumped on by everybody now. So starting with the closest, which would be the ones in melee. The one on the left here with 6 health boxes fights Dord, +4 against +1. That's a 13, so he wins the fight, and he's going to do a grand total of 13 minus 11 plus 2 is 4 damage. Takes down to 2, and he can drive it back, which you might as well do. Fight the other one. We'll attack him at +1 to his +4. So a 9 to a 5, so he wins the fight but takes no damage. Then these snakes, this one's closest to Jeeves, so it's going to jump on him. And then fight with the sneaky ways. So Jeeves, come on zombie Jeeves, you're the best. You're +0 to hits +1. I think it's an 18 though. I think something's like armor 12. 18 armor 12 is exactly enough to take his 6 hit points and he dies. Oh, poor Jeeves, we're going to put you back together again in a second. And that means that Killian is the, actually sorry, this archer, Dros is the closest. So he's going to get climbed on by the snake. And then attacked. +2 for the archer against +1 for the snake. Come on, Dros. Ooh, so 16. So he's going to lose the fight and take, he's wearing leathers, I think. The archer is, yeah, wearing leathers. So 16 is going to be 5 points of damage. Goes to 5 left. Vapor snakes. So moving half rate 2 inches. So that's cost him 4. He'll end up 2 inches in front of it for his first move. And then second move, he's going to move 3, but he won't quite make it to Dord. There, and then pretty much the same thing as it's about an inch, so it's gonna be 2 inches across. It's gonna end up 4 inches in front of it, heading towards the boss, or towards Killian rather, and then second move into Killian. This Ballista 2 is gonna shoot at my thief here, Kier, unfortunately, who's fight +1. He's got a piece of train in the way though, so he'd be +2, and then the Ballista 2 is also +2. So that's gonna be an 11 to a 8. So he gets hit, he gets knocked back 2 inches. Blah! He gets slammed into this. And then the 11 is 3 damage though because of large arrows, taking him down to 7. Wow, swarmed by snakes. And the other Ballista 2 is going to shoot into Killian, but he's got to randomize. So again, 11 plus will be Killian. Nope, it's into the snake. And crushes it with a 18, but only does 1 point of damage. It's got 9 left. Are these large ones +3? The large ones are +3. I'm an idiot. I've been messing that up the whole time. The little ones are +1. So that's going to be 1 point of damage on this one. It's got 9 left. 12 health. So this one should have 4 left, and this one should have 10 left. There we go. Extra damage, which means he's at 2 left. Worse than we imagined. All right, sweet. So remaining folks to go. Dord hasn't gone yet, and neither have the thief or my treasure hunter. So my treasure's going to go. He's just going to walk up to this treasure and pick it up. Whoop. Carry it now. And we'll do the same over here with Kier. He's going to walk to the other side of it and pick it up. I guess we go with Dross tries to win this fight. He's +2 to +3 because I'm an idiot and forgot. So he gets a not good enough. So that's going to be a 4 to a 5. So he can drive it back at least like that. And so his second action, he's going to run away. He's going to end up moving 3 with his first move down this. Being like, nope, don't want to fight you. His first action, he's going to try and fight that snake. +4 against +3 because it's a large one. I'm an idiot. So he wins with a 14 to a 12. And so that's going to be 3 damage, goes to 5 damage because it's a double-handed weapon. And he might as well drive it back. So he goes to 5 left, and he'll drive it back an inch. His second skill, this one's within an inch, so if he moves, it's just going to snap to him. So he might as well just move back slightly and have it snap. 4. Okay, well, the programming on the snakes changed. We'll see what shows up. 8 small vapor snakes pouring out of here. Start moving. We need to get out of that door. So, we're going to group activate. I think we just have to leg it. So we're going to group activate with Dord and Killian? No, we're just gonna go. We're just gonna walk, and we're gonna hug close to this snake so that we don't come within an inch of the other one. And go 6. And head over to here. And then, do we want to fleet feet and just let everybody die, or just want to move again? We're just gonna move again and go 3 and be like, I'm sorry, apprentice! We have chosen poorly. His turn. He's just gonna have to fight. He's fight +0 against fight +1 for that small snake. So how does he do? He gets a 14 to a not 14, and he's going to do a grand total of 3 damage to it, taking it down to 6. And even more importantly, he's going to drive it back an inch. So back to here, and that means he as well can move 6 inches and get the hell out of here. Oh, it's monsterin' time. Oh dear. Well, starting with this one fighting Dord, who I think is going to die, but take one for the team. Dord is fight +4 against fight +1 for that small snake. Which will be a grand total of 13 to a 10. So he's going to win, do 2 points of damage, 4 because of his great weapon, and push it back to here, leaving it with 6 left. The next closest will be this one, which will jump in and then fight. Once again, 4 against 3. Critical, just slays it. Oh, Dord's on a rampage now. This is here, so it jumps on Dord again. +3 against Dord's plus, oh geez, 4. That's going to be a 9, which is a 12 to a 17. So that's way more than 4 damage. And you'll kill that one too. Vapor Snake's going to jump on. +1 against +4. Dord is just going ham. Going sick house. Oh, he's tired now. So that's going to be a 16 against a 6. He's going to take 6 more damage and go down to 4 left. One's actually closer to Dross. Yes, it is. So it's going to head over here and fight. Fight +2 against fight +1 for that small Vapor Snake. He wins. He'll drive it back an inch. He might as well. Then this one again will be closer to Dord. So it's going to jump on. And we fight +1 against fight +4. Dord is so tired. 20. That's going to knock him out. He's down. Man. And then this one's going to go 3 because of difficult crane, and then second move, jump onto poor Dross. First Ballista 2 is going to take a shot into my Thief, +2 against the Thief's +1. So +2 is only a 4, +1's a 16, he's okay. 1, same thing, closest thing you can see, +2 against +1. Ugh, so it's an 8. Won't do any damage, because I'll take him 10, and won't push him back because he's already touching the wall. Well, time for the soldiers to go, and we are getting out of here. And trying to sneak around these idiots. So we're going to do our 7 around to here. Again, not slowed by treasure because of playing solo. And then we're going to move 3.5 and hide behind this wall so we can't get shot by the ballista. Thiefly, we're just going to head over here. 7 and then 3.5 behind the wall because these guys will not attack anything out of line of sight. And we're just going to idle for a minute. What are you doing here, Dross? Can you push that thing back? That'd be sweet. Let's see if you can do it. You get a 9. Sorry, you get a 17 to its 20, unfortunately, and it kills you. The wizard's not feeling great about this, but we've got a thief and a treasure hunter left to try and deal with that. Where the reinforcements come from? 4. I think it's some small snakes. I'm out of small snakes because we didn't kill any. They did all the murdering. But when one dies, we're going back. That's not where we wanted that snake to be, though. 6 wizards phase. Do we just group activate? We might as well. Yup. Well, we're going to have to go this way now because that thing's gotten blocked off. So it's going to be 4, and then it's going to cost us both of our last 2 inches of movement just to hop this because it's an inch across. And then we're going to try and raise a zombie. He's on an 8. We kind of have to. Ugh. Do we cut for 6? I think we have to. Down to 8. Jeeves is just going to hang it over here and be like, what up, snakes? And Killian's going to go, and he's just going to go 6, and then 3, which would be an inch and a half, just to get behind the boss and my zombie. Snakes, the first one comes to fight Jeeves. Moving up 6. Fight +1 against fight +0. Come on, Jeeves, defend me. Oh, God. Well, it's only an 11, so it doesn't take any damage, but he stays there, and Jeeves fails. This next one, heading up to fight Jeeves. Fight +1 against fight +0. Jeeves, you're the greatest. Yeah, Jeeves just kills it. That's a 20, so 9 damage, but it's a critical hit, so it just dies. I'm gonna replace this token with an actual snake, because we're not playing Magic the Gathering here, Ash. Use some, I mean, I can barely not call these tokens anyway. This next one comes up and attacks Jeeves. Fight +0. Come on, Jeeves. Stick the landing, buddy. Yeah, 18. Sorry, 17 to 2, so he's gonna take... he's armor 11. He'll take 6 points of damage and go down to 4, and we'll drive him back, because why not? Drive him back an inch. I have 4 left. This guy's closest, so it'll cost him 2 to get down, because that's an inch, and then he'll have 4 left. And I guess we can drive him back here so he can fit, and he'll just make it into Jeeves. We won't fight. Last one, much the same. It's gonna go up 6, and then second one to engage Jeeves. The ballistas have a target. This one's gonna shoot, oh God, into poor old Paxton. +2 for Paxton, no train in the way. That's a 9, so he just gets pushed. Doesn't take any damage. Actually, sorry, it's an 11, he will take a damage. 9 goes to 11 for the +2 from bolts, and he'll be down to 7 left. And this one, I guess, shoots into Killian, because he's a bit closer, and there's no train in the way. For the construct to +0 for Killian. Oh God, 18. 18 to nothing, so Killian's just down, because +2 makes it 20, and he's only armor 10. Not going great for Paxton and friends. Well, I mean, I guess that's it. Jeeves is holding the line. Where do the reinforcement baddies show up? 10? Snakes come out of this exact location. Fantastic. Everything's coming up me. Wizard phase, I think we just boot it. I think that's all we can do at this point. We're just gonna go 9 and head up to here and be like, hey, what's up? Sorry, Jeeves. It's because unfortunately Killian's getting eaten by snakes, so it starts with snakes. So the first one in melee, we'll do the big one that's in melee with poor Jeeves. +3 against +0. +3 is 13. He'll take 1 point of damage and go down to 5 left. The next one with 6 health left. +1 against +0. 8 to 10. He gets to drive it back at least. Doesn't do any damage. The next one up here. Jeeves +0 to +1. Whoa, they tie 18. So Jeeves is down, but he's going to take 8 points of damage and have 2 left. In action, he'll move 3 because he has to cross all this difficult terrain. It'll slow him down. This guy's going to have to go across difficult terrain, so he's going to go 3 and then 2.5 to clear it. And I have 4 left. He got driven back. These ones, I guess, just go across and go 3 and then 1.5. And he's got 2, and then much the same thing over here. These guys are just crossing the ways. And then this guy's gonna head towards Treasure Hunter, going 6, and then 3. I'm not quite making Ballista. He's shoot +2. We've got some cover in the way, so fight +3 for good old Paxton. That's a 7 to an 8, which with the +2 damage doesn't do any damage because he's armor 10. And then the second one, +2 against +2. We dodge it. 21 would actually charge me, which means that with its +3 fight, it's 18. I'm at 21, and it's armor 14, so I've done 7 damage to it, and I can drive it back, which I will. Sorry, so I've done 8 damage to it, and it's got health of 14, so it's got 6 left. Not terrible. Melee. Because maybe I can kill it with my Treasure Hunter. Phase. Let's just go. We can get there with 7. Jump in. Take a treasure with us. Make the stabs. We will be fight +5 to its fight +3. Not to die. Come on! Your brother's down. You're mad. You can do this, Felger. Bah! That's a 10 to a 10. So unfortunately, we tie combat and both take no damage. I'm just going to run this way with my Thief so we can all group activate. And we end up going 10.5, ending up like just beside the wizard over here. Being like, nope, don't like that. The reinforcements for the Vapor Sticks not come from spot B1. 3? Snake from number 3 over here. We have no choice but to group activate here, because if we don't, we can't drive this guy back and then get the hell out of dodge. It's just going to come after us. We have to really hope we kill it now. I think that's what we're going to do. We really need you to die. But we also need the Thief to get by, which is even more important, so we can break out. So the Thief's going to go first, and he's going to move 7. Around to here. His first action. And then these guys forfeit their movement because they're in melee. So then fighting will start with Felgor at +3. Because the wizard can get away if that's the case. +3 or +5 total. So 17 to not 17. With armor 13, that'll be 4 points of damage. And it doesn't quite kill him, but we'll push him out of melee. And he goes down to 2. Does free up the Wiz to walk over here. Whoop. The Thief, he's just going to move 3.5 towards... yeah, he just wants to stay in line of fire, though, of this guy. He's just going to stray there, I think. Yeah, I'll go to here. Why not? We'll be fine. Shoot us because it can't get us in 1. And the most important thing is the snakes can't get to us either. Unfortunately, I think we're going to lose this treasure. Snake's on a plane, so this guy's going to go first, and he's going to move in, and we're going to fight. +3 against +3 for my treasure hunter. Come on, Felger. Finish him off. He's got 2 health left. Yeah, you do. We killed the ballista. The closest is here. It's going to compile it in with 4 health. Fight +1 against fight +3. Let's hold the line. Ah! Well, we win the fight, so we push it back. That's a total of 10. Drive back to there. The next ones won't make it on their first. So on the second, this one is not quite within 6. So makes it on second. It'll be the same here with 2 health left. This one over here, much the same thing. Doesn't make it on. Actually, this one would have made it on its first. So we'll actually put you over here then. And this one will actually fight. Not there's any numbering bonuses. It'll just be +1 against +3. Don't die. Oh, you're dead. You might not be 8. He's armor 11. He takes 7. He's got 5 left. Not looking good for you. And then it's going to cost him 2 to get across. So it's going to go 4 total. And then 3 more. And then pretty much the same thing here. It's going to cost him 2 to get across, so 4. And then 3. Ballista's going to take a shot into my Thief. Covering the way, so fight +2 against shoot +2. He laughs and dances up the guy's just going to go up 9. Whoop, heading towards Felger. 13 for my reinforcement roll. It's a large vapor snake right here, and we're on to round 7. Wizard phase. Let's make it easy. We're just going to go 6 up to here, stand next to the door, and then bring on another Jeeves. All right, Jeeves. We need 8. Sacrificial Jeeves. We got it! So let's just put a Jeeves right here to intercept all the shots, and we need to move you up to the door, and then you're going to try and open it. It's TN 14 to break the door down. Roll. So we got a +1 because we're a thief. Maybe just pick the lock, man. No. Well then, yeah, creature phase. So you're kind of in trouble here, folks. First small snake, the one with 2 health left. Hobbit fight, +3 against +1. Doesn't do any damage, but it doesn't back off either. The one with the fully healed one, that's a 16. It's gonna be 5 points of damage and drives it back. Rookney one, +1 against +3. That's a 9, doesn't do any damage, but stays in melee. The other unwounded one, it's going to be a 12 to a 11, so he's going to take 1 damage, actually. Go down to 4. And then this one just wraps around and fights him. +3 to +1. No damage, but just stays in melee. Oh, poor Felger. And then you get in there, Mr. Murder Snake. And you're at +3 to his +3, so same rolls. Yeah, Felger kills you, which is sweet. All the way around though, so it's going to be second move before it gets there. And we're just swimming in snakes. It starts to go around. Jeeves gets shot at by Ballista 2, but that's what he's there for. He gets no cover because oh no, he does get cover. He gets the wall, so he's +1, and that's going to be fight +1 against shoot +2. Now Jeeves ducks. He's going to fight, I guess, this wounded one at +2 or +3 against his +1. He loses. It's a 13. It's 2 more points of damage. Oh my gosh, he's just like slowly getting bled to death. He's down to 2 left. My vapor snakes. All right, where does the reinforcement? Oh, sorry, and this guy goes 9. Heading towards Felger. 13. That's going to be a exact same thing. Another large snake over here. All right, well, I think Jeeves can take this. So we're just going to walk up to here, and then we're both gonna try and break the door down. So 14, I'm +4 for Paxton to try and do it. Let's see if we do it. We do, we crushed the door open, sweet. And that's going to be open door time, which means that we didn't group activate, but the guy in contact gave me the bonus, so no apprentice phase, all the monsters go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 snakes gonna have to fight him. It's amazing. So Felger against the first wounded one, 2 health left. Dies. And then the rest of them all break free. That treasure just drops there, and they start moving towards us. So this one can't see anybody, so he's gonna make a random move, but it's towards the center of the table now. Never mind, they're not stupid now. And they end up over here. No, we've got 1 turn to get away. Good thing we can. So they're all just gonna move towards us, going 9. And the one that's not the wounded one with 2 health left will be fine. And then that's somebody's. Not that it matters right now. Or was that? That was Felger's. It doesn't matter. We're gonna leave the table soon. And then this one goes 9. Because the random moves are all towards the door now, and that treasure's getting left behind. And then this one goes 9. And all that really matters is Jeeves is going to get shot with the last Ballista 2 shot, and manage to duck it. That means that we're going to have you leave, because we want to get at least one thing off the table. And then the reinforcement roll doesn't super matter, but we'll see where something shows up. 16. I imagine that's a large and a small on 1, so probably right here. And then Wizard Phase will group activate with Jeeves and just get the hell out of dodge. So we did it! We got away! Well, we managed to cast 3 spells. We failed to cast 2 spells. So actually we cast 4 spells. We failed to cast 2 spells. And then because we raised the zombie twice, we... actually, sorry, no, we did... we cast 5 spells because we managed to steal health 3 times and then do 2 raising zombies. And we failed twice and took damage. So that's a healthy amount. That's 10 plus 50 is 60 experience. And then from killing large ones, we're going to get, oh, it looks like 60. So that's going to be taking us to 120. And then we managed to get no small snakes killed. 120 and then 140 for the treasure token we secured. And then for each Warband member, we're going to get another 60. Take us to 200. Because 3 people got off. Because we killed a Ballista 2 as well. Sweet. Some naughty rolls, and remember, we're playing on hard road, so if we fail these, I gotta get new miniatures. So Dord, don't die. 14, you're okay. For your brother, Felger, you should die. It's the 2 of them, because they went down under swarms of vapor snakes. 6, I think that's okay, but it is a permanent injury. Sorry, he misses the next game. So Felger misses the next game. That seems fair. Killian. 14, you're fine. For the infantryman, Smit, he's okay too. And then for Dross, you are also fine. Sweet. So everybody's fine except Felger's gonna miss a game. And that's it. Campaign, we are allowed to exchange 1 treasure token we get each game for a special treasure table, which is what we're totally gonna roll on. There's a super sweet bunch of stuff we could get here, and most of it sells for lots of gold, and we really could use some gold right now. So what do we find? A 17. Barbarian's Blade. Huge weapon is a magic 2-handed sword that gives the grants the user +1 fight. Furthermore, if the friendly figure has no other models within 8 inches, it's +1 armor, +2 will, and +1 damage. Oh, so cool. Honestly, we need the dollary dues more, so we're going to drop that for 200 gold. We also have 2 levels of experience to buy, because we had 215 experience. We're going to go to level 2. We're going to gain 1 fight and 1 health, because we can only increase each stat once, and we can enhance a maximum of 3 times. That'll also increase Killian's to fight +1 and health 11. So we're at 15 and 11 for health and 3 and +1 for our fight now. This game, of course, we're going to move into a crypt, which will give us +2 to our raise zombie spells, meaning just, you know, we got some fresh parts for Jeeves there. And we're going to hire Sir Desnir. This is my knight right here, made out of some Fireforge Teutonic Knight bits. Wonderful plastic kit, fits in perfectly. You can actually see that the Fireforge stuff featured a lot in the original Frostgrave rulebook, and I wanted a knight who didn't necessarily look like he was a good guy. He didn't necessarily look like he was a nice dude. So Sir Desnir was, He's the on a fallen on hard times hedge knight that Smith here was previously employed by, and he found him in the local tavern. So having joined the Warband now, we've got 100 crowns from selling we had 200 from selling the Barbarian's Blade, which, you know, Dord wasn't excited about, but it had to be done because we needed to hire somebody, because of course Felger needed to recover in the crypt, I guess. And he'll be missing the next game, so we need another body. And that means that we're going to be moving on inside. Having secured the outside, we'll be moving on inside to the armory. So we have it getting level 2 with Paxton, Killian and the rest surviving, but unfortunately Felger, having been overwhelmed by vapor snakes, he caught the vapors and had to take a nap. So hopefully Sir Desnir will be able to provide the support we need to enter Ishar's weapon shop, I think it's called, which is the door we've broken down basically and secured, and find out what's inside. That'll be in 2 weeks. Hope you enjoyed that look at Solo Frostgrave from Perilous Dark. Of course, if you want to check out the book itself, it's available electronically from Osprey's website, and I'll link it all below. So big thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Ash. Happy gaming. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you want to support the channel, of course, like and subscribe and hit the little bell below so you get notifications when I post future content. I do post stuff 7 days a week. If you want to support the channel further, you can, of course, buy a t-shirt through Spreadshirts, buy a measuring gauge or objective markers from Desperate Designs, or, of course, most importantly, there is Patreon. Patreon is what makes all this possible, keeps the lights on, pays for the studio costs, pays for the equipment, model costs, and everything else, and most importantly, puts food in my kids' bellies and a roof over their heads. Big thanks to everyone, past, future, who supported me. I do this stuff because of you guys, and of course, I will continue doing it as long as I can.